thing is, as you go through your career, you need to take everything back to your childhood. Because your childhood, oh my God! I taught high school math for a while. I taught algebra too. And one of the things I told my kids was learning how to do parabolas. Not parabolas, but quadratic equations. And my kids would always, I turned to them, I had mostly boys, and I said, what does that look like? They go, Mr. Miller, it looks like a kid. No, it's a woman's breast. And we have the vertex up here. What's that? That's just a nipple. So fine, we had nipple problems. But the problem is, with kids, you have to give them choices. So for example, when my son graduated from high school, I gave him 4 choices. He could join the military, get out of the house. 2, he could go to college, get out of the house. 3, get a job and get out of the house. Or 4, he'd go to ACC for 1 year and then get out of the house. And then, of course, then you have some really scary folks. The one thing with kids is you have to give them an artistic outlet. So, every kid knows who Stephen Jobs is. So, oh my gosh, passion. Do I have passion? Yeah. Yes. Now, again, we come back to, I have no artistic skills. So you know what I do? I hire kids to do this. And the last thing is, when you're teaching high school, the one thing that we tell the kids, you got to find a career that you love. And what better else than doing graphic development? Now, the other piece is when you travel, what's the one thing you learn when you go someplace else? The one thing that you learn is how screwed up our own society is. Because things are just simply, they're not better or worse, they're just different. And with that, I'm going to leave you adieu.
And time. Good job. Thank you. Don't forget you have 1 skip.
Company meeting, y'all. Glad to be here. I'm going to go over widgets in the cloud for you. Really innovative stuff. I know, Mandy, you prepared some of these slides for me, but I just kind of threw yours out and threw some of mine together. I got 17 or so I'm going to try and get through. Is that okay? All right, great. So, on the defense front, our new product line to get people on segways with automatic weapons and the widgets down here, it's a little thing in his shoe that protects his little boot from getting, stabbed by somebody. Everything else we didn't do, but it was really popular. And talk about graphic. Yes, that was very effective, I thought. Lyme disease. Another big problem in the world today that we have got a whole product line, 17 people, developers included, that are working on a solution to this. It really comes down to using some of those segways to shoot all the deer. Alright, so now where do we start with this sort of stuff? It means get a whole lot of customers. We're going to, Mandy, do you need to be some air back there? I'm sorry, but anyway, here's I need a slide I can understand, and I thought we could get through that way. Now, we are definitely best of breed and the platform of choice. So we got everything generically, and we got everything for the particular applications in mind, right? And it's yellow and red and blue and green, my favorite colors. That's the past. Now we're moving forward. China's the new market. You're going to get those segways and the deer tick disease Lyme thing going on because they've already populated the whole nation, basically. But they also speak English, so it'll be easy for us to sell. Pride. I think our whole company needs to take pride in the accomplishments from last quarter, but it's over. Let's get to work in the next quarter. But don't panic, because there is a future, and it involves those automatic weapons and things. Now, how you women work, I don't want to talk to you about this because I just can't figure it out. I'm on my 5th wife so far, and I still can't figure it out. I wish we may have to change the whole ratio back down to mostly men working because I just can't figure out what it is. Except for those that are cute. Now, the women here, you know, and I'm the CEO here, you know, and I know what's going on. I'm not going to be into this any sexual
HR
stuff.
says,
But
who's next?
As the CTO, I just wanted to jump in and talk a little bit more about what we're doing in the marketplace. First of all, we are the heartbeat of the marketplace. As you know, most of our competitors are flatlining as everyone is beginning to go into cloud, and we're able to really drive things forward because we're thinking. And one way that we're doing that is we're pulling things like gender and leadership into the process. So now we have a bunch of women doing stuff. Executing on those ideas. We also have really smart people drawing all kinds of doodles across the board. This is great in our whiteboarding rooms. I know very often you guys walk by the whiteboards and see things that you don't understand. Neither do I as your CTO. That's the beautiful part about this, and that's how we're able to sell it to our customers. I cannot read this from here. It's much too small. All right, so the next part is how we're removing our barriers for our customers. Well, we're going to start with this really small dump truck so that we can get started on this relatively small piece of dirt. We're also doing everything in cycles, so that dump truck is just going to keep going around until that thing gets much, much smaller, and hopefully we can get it to a manageable size. Then we have a circle of control going forward. I actually don't know what that means, so we're going to make some stuff up right here. Presently, this is what we own. We're able to influence a little bit more. I'm really worried about this stuff. Because it's the biggest, it's freaking me out a little bit. Now, the Department of Defense has actually added a stamp to some of our slides going forward. That's really great, because whenever you're talking to your Fed customers, your SLED customers, anything like that where you need to be able to justify that the government is buying in, we already have those symbols right there. So please just copy and paste that out to all of your slides going forward whenever you are speaking to those customers. This stuff, don't worry about it much. Also, we're shooting our competitors right through the heart. Here you can see we're actually taking out the lights on them so that we can sneak in and get all of their secrets. So that's a really, really great piece of the way that we're moving forward. I feel like I'm taking all of your slides. I hope there's a whole lot in it.
I have hundreds.
Okay, great. So this is a really fancy chart that I use to present to all of our board of directors because they get lost about here. And then I can roll out to here and ask for the extra money. And I think I'm being pulled right now.
And time. Who's next?
So I'm Scott, and my favorite meetings are the annual sales meetings. You've heard the strategy from our CEO. You've seen our technology from our CTO. Now I'm going to talk to us about our customers. Our customers' needs are the most important thing that we're trying to solve with our products. And their biggest need is thirst. Their second biggest need follows immediately after thirst. And based on our technology, being able to leverage all of our existing assets for the hydrogen transportation industry to get the fluids to our customers, and then the waste away from our customers. Okay, so we've had some issues with the reuse. You remember the cycles? There was some cleanliness problems. And people were getting stuff in their eyes. But we've got a great solution. You come in, this is the retina. It goes into the iris. And it leads us to self-actualization. This is all built on the research that we've done by going over 3,000, we're market-driven, 3,000 different books published just today about religious terrorists. Because in the Middle Ages, they started by flinging dung over the walls, and that's where this whole issue really started. And this is the one I'm going to skip, because I don't like dudes with kids. Shit, I should have skipped this one. What we really don't know about our customers, and Bob thinks he knows, but Alice knows we don't, is exactly how they're set up. When we look to the future, and I think this goes back to what our CEO was talking about how women work in particular, we have a great opportunity to change the molecular structure of our brains, starting with women, to get them to do more. If you remember that. First of all, they're going to learn how to work remote controls on presentations. And then they're going to get really good at this next generation. This is Sudoku 2.0.
Hand time.